Let's go, let's go. 3 more reps. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! Hey everybody, Eric here. How's everybody doing? It's my new fitness jewelry. So yeah, I figured I would do a quick update video here, and in case you couldn't guess the theme, it's going to be about fitness. Let's get motivated. Let's do it! Alright, enough being silly for now. So today I did my first fitness boot camp. Started doing a program called FIT, which is Fun Intelligent Training, and it's a higher intensity exercise training program. It's class based, but it's got a very personal trainer type feel to it because the classes are small and they do a lot of modifications, especially starting out for, somebody like me. This was my first time, and the first time doing any type of actual serious exercise program in a long time. For those of you who've been following me know my background, but I'll give it to you again for anybody new that might be following me. And that's basically, I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy back in June, on June 22nd of this past year. So I'm 6 months out. I started my journey actually back in January, but didn't actually have my surgery until June because I needed to lose a bunch of weight prior to surgery, and I had to go on the liquid HMR diet for 30 days or 4 weeks, which I did, basically protein shakes and sugar-free jello and pudding, and lost 31 pounds in 32 days doing that. My pre-op weight loss was 61 pounds. Since surgery, the weight loss has actually kind of slowed down. I guess this is, from what I hear, kind of normal, because I've lost a total of 115 pounds so far for the year. But I've only lost about 55 pounds since surgery, and for the past 2 months I've been stalled out. So I'm taking the advice and pushing myself to the next level, which is, for those of you who've been following me know, a big struggle for me has been exercise. And, first off, I'm going to give a shout out to Losing It with Rebecca. I just watched her video the other day, and her husband both, I think his screen name on YouTube is Watch Me Get Skinny. Anyways, I'll share their links. I will share their video. I favorited her video. She's doing the 12 days of Christmas kind of refresher updates of good reminders. They're kind of like the seniors in the group, and they've both lost like a ton of weight and are in really great shape right now and just maintaining, and so they offer a lot of wisdom and good advice and education to those of us who are newer in this. So definitely going to share her video. Definitely check out their channels. Amazing. They're both great sources of inspiration, great sources of information, and something that Rebecca touched upon in her video, is just so true. And it really hit home for me again, and it was again another help in motivating me to take this next step for myself. And that's just the whole mental aspect of this journey. a lot of this is mind over matter. A lot of this is mental preparation and mental outlook, and positive outlook at that, you know. So for me, yeah, that was definitely an extremely good point, a great reminder. It came at just the right time for me too. So thank you, Rebecca, and thank you for so many people. I have a lot of friends. I don't know if they're following me here on YouTube also, but Tim Snyder and Angela Storham, and so many other people, Jenny, and gosh, the list goes on and on. Anyways, just this whole community has just been such a blessing and such a great support group. And not just the people from surgeries either. There are just people out there who are taking the initiative to lose the weight and make themselves healthier, even without surgery. We got the Mike Bacons. We got the... oh gosh. I can't think of everybody's name off the top of my head, and it's funny because I'm not trying to exclude anybody or give their proper shout-outs, but you can see, check out my page. I have links to all of these people's pages. Check out my subscribers. There are amazing people out there, and this group has just grown. I personally have over 300 subscribers now. I never dreamed that this was going to end up being such a big thing. It's part of the reason why I can't keep up with everybody's videos and comment and watch as much as I would like to. Plus there's new people out there and new information and everything else coming in, and I'm sure you guys are all feeling it. So I do my best to try and spread out, and cover different people's videos throughout the week, and it's awesome because it always gives me something new to watch and something to keep me going, and new motivations, new conversations, new education, and that's what it's all about. It's all about positivity and taking what you learn from other people, taking advice, and just educating yourself and pushing yourself and staying motivated and staying strong, and this support group is just amazing for that. I just can't thank you guys all enough. I just really can't. So just to go back to my point, I guess, was just the importance of having a good attitude going into this. If this is something that you're considering, having weight loss surgery, or just, making a healthier lifestyle for yourself, it's all about mental preparation and mental focus and drive. And if your head's not in it, your heart won't be in it, because your heart can be in it in the beginning, but if your head's not there, and this is the analogy that Rebecca used in her video, please watch her video. She does such a great job explaining all of these things, much better than me. And so fit, it was really, really good. They do a lot of for those of you who have done any research on exercise and fitness and everything, they focus on muscle confusion physiology. And the thing that I like about this program is, and don't get me wrong, I loved my jazzercise, and I'm going to try and do both. I don't know how that's going to work out, especially right now. I just have to be careful, budget-wise, because unfortunately I lost my job last week, The new job, things weren't going so great, and they cut me loose. So, yeah, that was kind of another factor as to why there was such a large gap and everything else in between my videos. And, I don't really like to delve into a lot of this personal stuff, and stuff on the side that doesn't, but I mean, in all actuality, it ties into, our everyday lives, play a part of our journey. So, just figured I'd share that with you guys. I'm going to bounce back, so don't worry. But right now, just trying to focus on and budgeting out what I can do for next year. So, luckily I've got they offer some really good startup packages. When you first join, you get 3 sessions for free. So I'm going to do this week for free. And then they offer little helping incentives along the way. They're doing a food drive. So if you bring in, a certain amount of food, canned goods, and so forth, they're going to give you a free week or a few days or something. And then luckily they've got a great referral system. So the more people you refer to their program, the more free sessions you can earn and stuff. And they do little side contests and everything. So I'm hoping that will help, offset some of the cost. And they're also running a special discount on gift cards as well right now this month, being Christmas and all. So it was a great class. My legs and arms especially are very sore. I did push-ups for the first time in I can't even remember how long. And it was great. I was actually impressed with myself because I did more than I thought that I would be able to. But, again, it's all about you've got to have the drive, but you also don't want to push yourself to the point that you're going to hurt yourself. So know your limitations and don't be afraid to stop. And I guess that's the one thing that I like about this class. Like, I didn't feel, even though I was new and I was in with a bunch of experienced people and more fit and people who were used to the routine, and yet I wasn't really uncomfortable. The great thing is that everybody there is pretty much there for the same reason, so that kind of helps take away some of the pressure. And the trainers are so far I've just worked with one, and he just seems really great, and I like figuring out and knowing the science behind it, the why you're doing it, as opposed to just do this as you're told, kind of drill sergeant approach, without understanding the whys behind it. Because for me, that was something that has always bothered me about gyms, and it's partly my own fault, but places like Planet Fitness, when you go in, if you don't actually take their run-through class where they show you how to use all the equipment properly. And to be honest, I've never done any of this stuff before. I've never actually lifted weights and done weight machines or anything like that. So I want to learn how to do it the proper way and the science behind it, so that I know why and how I'm doing it. And then you can also figure out variations to do and stuff, which they do also, but it also helps you for when you're exercising on your own, to be able to come up with your own stuff as well. So yeah, so I'm kicking it up a notch, and I've progressed from jazzercise into Bootcamp. So it's going to be an interesting journey, but I think this is exactly what I need, because I've been stalled out for a couple of months now, which I hear is pretty normal. And I guess there's a couple of girls who are there in my class. I haven't met them yet, but I actually did see them on video, because they do a lot of filming and documentation and things like that for motivation and just commercials and things like that, to put on their website and everything. And these girls the same way. When people get to about the 100-pound mark for weight loss, when you lose 90 to 100 pounds, then your body goes into a stall for quite a while. And from what I'm hearing, even from the exercise physiologists or exercise trainers, whatever they are, they're saying the same thing. Your body goes into that stall. I guess it needs a chance to readjust, so then definitely stepping it up, changing things up like they do. And, they know my background now. I gave them the rundown and told them, my ultimate goal is to lose another 100 pounds, which I really only need to lose 80 to get to my first personal goal, but 100 pounds would put me at about 250. So I think that would be a very good place to be, as opposed to 462 pounds, which I was just a year ago. So, and then I'm going to go from there. I'm going to wait and see how I look, how I feel, and decide, what is the best thing for me. Because if you go by the books and what the healthcare professionals recommend, for my height, I'm at 6'1". They say that I'm supposed to be about 190 pounds. I don't know if that's doable for me. First off, I don't think that they take frame into an account, and I think that I have a pretty large frame. I could be wrong, but, I think that being big boned, as they like to say, does play a role in, ultimately what size you end up being. At least to me it seems that way, and I could be wrong. But like I said, my goal is to get somewhere between 270 to 250. If I can get down that low, then that's definitely my goal for 2012. I'm going to slow my goals down a little bit and be more realistic now that I know how my body is reacting post-surgery. I think that's another thing. And that all ties back into the whole mindset and everything else. It's funny because I was right there with, I'm sure, a lot of people, in the beginning. Especially, I was losing so much weight and so fast, and seeing other people too, and so I was thinking, it's going to be nothing to lose, 200 pounds in 1 year. Well, the first 100 came off very easily for the most part, I would say, considering that I was able to lose the first 100 in probably about 4 to 4.5 months. But, that in all actuality, the heavier you are, the quicker and easier it is for some reason for your body to shed the weight in the beginning. But then, like with everybody that struggles to lose that last little bit, the last 10 pounds, and I have a lot more than the last 10 pounds, but for whatever reason, your body just goes into this stall mode, when you've reached a certain plateau. And so this is really the reason why I've chosen to take this next step and to beef up my exercise routine. So basically, I just wanted to share that with you, let you know. I'll keep you posted with my journey and how things go. I'm sitting at 350 right now, plus or minus, depending on the scale. This morning when I got on my scale, I was 347, which I've been 347 to 350, like I said, for the past couple months. And a couple of people have asked me, posted comments in my last video and everything, do I regret having the sleeve versus the Roux & Y? And also, if I'm disappointed with the stalls. I don't remember if that was the exact wording of the question, but the one big question that was posed to me was definitely, and I think that was Keith, who is a newer member of our group, but he's pierced cub, and he is scheduled to have his Roux & Y in January sometime. And so far, he's going through all his pre-op stuff, and he's been losing the weight and everything. He's doing a great job. But he asked me if I regretted having the vertical sleeve procedure versus the Roux-en-Y, because generally you don't lose as much and as fast as with a Roux-en-Y. And the type of surgery you get is very personal choice, and all I can say is, like I've said in my other videos, it's all about education and doing what you think is best for you. And I researched this for 10 years. It's something that's been on my mind for a while. It's not something that I rushed into. And I researched all the procedures that I could find out about pretty thoroughly, I think. And just the one that fit all the criteria and offered me the best result for my money, in safe as possible, for me, that was just the vertical sleeve. Would I have gotten a Roux-en-Y had there not been a vertical sleeve option? Sure. Do I regret having the sleeve over the Roux-en-Y? No. I really don't, because I've seen the Roux-en-Y people, and they will tell you themselves they have stalls too, maybe not for as long. And yeah, their weight loss is a little bit faster because they have the malabsorptive piece added to theirs. But I think that, and the science and the facts are coming out to back, the sleeves growing popularity. And I've talked to several surgeon teams and nurses and everything, and they both agree that probably over the next 5 years that the vertical sleeve gastrectomy is probably going to become the new gold standard over the Roux-en-Y, because they've just had such great success with it. I mean, there's a guy on here who's lost, I think, like over 200 pounds now. His name is Carmen, and I mentioned him in another video before, and some of you might be familiar with Carmen. He had the vertical sleeve, and originally this procedure was done so that really, really heavy people could lose weight safely and then go on to have the second portion, which is the Roux-en-Y. I mean, technically, if I wanted to push it and, I talked to the doctor, I'm sure that if I was willing to pay for it, he would do the Roux-en-Y for me. It's a possibility. Because really all they would need to do is reroute my intestines and remove that small portion of my small intestines and just attach it to the sleeve. So the only difference is that my piece of stomach, instead of getting left in, was completely removed. But I just assume have it that way, because again, one of the findings that they found out recently is that the hormone to trigger hunger and control I can't say the word, satiety. Anyways, the sensation of feeling full, satiety. Anyways, you know what I mean. And that's ghrelin, and ghrelin is produced in your stomach somewhere, and when you have the vertical sleeve procedure, they remove about 80% of your stomach, and therefore your ghrelin production is cut down to minimal to next to nothing, and nothing in some cases. So your desire for food isn't the same anymore. You don't get the same type of hunger pains and cravings like you do before surgery, and I can attest to that. I mean, it's so funny the way that my relationship with food has changed. I don't see it as a joy per se, like I no longer think, oh my God, I'm going to feel so good by having 4 slices of pizza, just that full feeling and that craving, just, getting your mouth watering. Not to say that I don't enjoy a slice of pizza still, but it's not the same. And even things don't taste the same, which is another truth, like it or not, it's a reality to this weight loss surgery, and I can attest to this also. You know, your tastes change. You look at food in a new way. You know, it's more there to survive than it is to rely on for comfort or a sense of happiness. Don't get me wrong, you know, having a piece of chocolate cake, an ice cream cone or whatever makes you pretty darn happy still. But it's a different kind of happy now, I can honestly say. So, and everybody's different, but I'm just sharing some of my experience with you guys, and just trying to pass along some information for those of you who are considering, you know, surgery. These are things that you definitely need to realize that are going to happen for you. So, almost Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. If I don't do another video beforehand, I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy, safe, and healthy 2012. I wish everybody lots of luck on their journeys. For those of you who are about to have surgery, I wish you the very best, safe and speedy recoveries, and you won't regret your decision, I can tell you that. This is the best decision I've ever made for myself. 2011, I made it a priority to focus on myself and to take care of my needs for once, and that's pretty much what you gotta do, because nobody's gonna look out for you more than you're gonna look out for yourself. So, on that note, I will bid you adieu. And everybody have a great week, and I will talk to you all again soon. Okay? Bye.